I'm Elizabeth Schindler, and I'm a holistic chef and integrative health coach. And we are talking about primary food today, which my understanding is from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which I'm a student there now. I have to say that I love it because I've always known that it's not about what I'm eating, it's what's eating me. You know, if my food choices are, if I'm trying to feed something in me that isn't being satiated by food, then what? So I've always sort of known that, but it's taken some time to learn how to feed those other areas of my life, which is what the primary food is. It's anything that nourishes me that isn't actual food. So that means my relationships. Am I being nourished in my relationships? Are they honest? Am I saying everything I need to say? Am I letting things build up? Do I have people in my life that don't support me? Sort of looking at my relationships and my health around my relationships. It also encompasses my career. Do I feel satisfied in my career? Do I feel like I'm living my passion, that I'm that I'm in line with what the universe needs me to do? Then there's also the area of spirituality. Am I being nourished? Is my soul being nourished? And for me, I have to say, that's when that goes, everything goes. There's sort of this idea that if you put your spiritual life first, then everything else is going to fall into place. That's what this primary food is really saying. So it's the area of spirituality. So we have relationships, we have career, we have spirituality, and now we move on to exercise. So, or my physical activity. Am I moving my body? Am I sweating out toxins? Am I releasing, the stress, the cortisol, that gets released from the stress, it actually makes us fat. Come to find out that, it really causes us to hold on to fat. So making sure that I'm getting plenty of exercise is really crucial. And, am I forgetting one? I feel like I'm forgetting one, but if we have four, then we have four. So we've got exercise, spirituality, relationships, career. I think that might be it, actually. So focusing on those areas and, asking myself those hard questions. Am I satisfied? If I'm going to be truly honest with myself, am I willing to say what I don't want to say? Am I willing to say what's true, but that I might feel bad about saying, you know what I mean? And for me, that's really what it's about, is that I'm gonna have health and balance in my relationships to the extent that I'm willing to tell the truth around my ideas about what I'm believing around them, because we can all tell ourselves stories about, oh, I have this great job. I mean, it was like when I was at Google, I was there for almost 6 years, and maybe two of those years I knew, this is not gonna fly, but I just couldn't get myself out of that position because, oh, I'm at Google and, I'm this vegan chef and don't so I had a lot of, there were stories behind that kept, that drove me, that kept me from really saying, you know what, you're not happy there anymore. And of course it showed up in what I ate. It showed up in not just what I was eating, but how I was eating. We've often been told that, what we do, how we eat is how we live, and Janine Roth actually talks extensively about our relationship with food and how, how to bring mindfulness and self-love into that process of she talks about these principles of healthy, I forget exactly what she calls them, but, it's eat food rules, or, eat until you're full, eat sitting down, She talks a lot about you know, ways to be nourished, you know, on a deeper level than just the physical level. So yeah, so that's our talk on primary foods today, and hopefully you guys are out there asking yourself some questions and getting support around that, you know, because, you know, these kind, you know, finding balance in those areas of our life really requires another person, you know, to be able to share and be heard and have that safe space where you feel like you can say, oh my God, I can't, you know, and have somebody, you know, laugh with you. You know, laughter is so healing, you know, when it comes to telling the truth in those relationships that may not be working the way you want them to. So, yeah. Again, my name's Elizabeth Schindler, and I'm a holistic chef and integrative health coach.